In this live self-defense training video, we're going to talk about what's happening in the world and keeping yourself safe. Talk about street violence, civil strife. How do you keep yourself safe? How do you fight with sticks for self-defense if that's something that you're interested in, if that's your only option? And some people will say, oh, you just carry one of these. That's not always the best option because you can't always carry those wherever you live. Now, you might live in the United States and you have the Second Amendment, but you might live in other places where that's just not allowed. And you want to be able to defend yourself. This is all self-defense. It's not for attacking people or harming anybody. This is for self-defense. We want to talk about fighting with this length stick. This is a Kali or a Screamer or Arnis stick, but it's about 28 inches. There are other names for them. They've been in the movies for years and years. They're super simple to learn. Now, not the intricate stuff, not the Filipino martial arts, deep esoteric, all the great techniques. That's not so simple. That takes a lot of time, but you can learn how to defend yourself with these pretty quickly. I'm going to show you how. I first wanted to show you another stick for self-defense. This is the selfie stick. This is something that I highly recommend. You can carry this and you throw it in your pocket. You can squeeze your fist around it. You can punch, you can jab, you can thrust, and it's just super simple. It's just an extra layer of self-defense that you can have with you wherever you go. I put a link in the description if you want to see the dimensions and what it costs. I think it's great value. Now, I also want to show you the stick in my back pocket, which is this. And the reason I'm showing you the expandable police baton or self-defense baton is it is almost the same length as a Kali stick. So if you choose to carry one of these for self-defense, you can train with these and learn how to defend yourself, and it's basically going to be almost the same techniques. There are some things that you can do with this one that you can't do with this one, and this one obviously is going to be a lot harder and a lot heavier. I'm going to put this to the side for now. You might come back to it, I don't know. I want to show you how to hold it. You're going to hold it toward the end. Usually Kali, Eskrima, or Arnis sticks, they come in a pair, you get two, but you can also do this with one. So if you only have one, and I recommend investing your time before you invest your money. Get yourself a good broomstick, cut it in half, right? Or go to the store, get a dowel rod that's a little bit thinner. You want a thin one, not a thick one. But make sure it's a harder wood, or if you can, this is ideal. This is rattan. Rattan is a grass which doesn't break. It's extremely fast, durable, flexible, and it hits very hard and it moves fast through the air. So I'm going to show you the warm up first. You're going to hold one in each hand. You always choke up a little bit so you have some coming out of the end. That's so you can strike with that side. We'll talk about that. That's also so you can learn how to strip later. So you want to always have a little bit coming out of the end. That's the strip, and that's also the strike. You hold one in each hand. The warm up is going to be super simple. You're going to swing it up and back. And you're not going to warm up before you defend yourself, obviously, but when you train, and you should train with these as much as you can to get proficient, to get good, to be able to defend yourself well, this is a great way to get all the fluids going into your joints so you can stay safe from injury, while it's also increasing the speed and the power of your strikes. So you just let it swing back and forth, increasing the range of motion, and then you're going to split that so that it goes through the center line of your body. You can see I'm just bringing it back here. And that increases the stretch and starts to get your shoulders and your hips moving. The synovial fluid gets in all the joints and starts to loosen things up. The blood, plasma starts to get in the muscle, starts to change a little bit, starts to get you stronger, faster. And this is also going to raise your heart rate a little bit. Now the third warm up is going to be a spin to the outside. And you're spinning here forward, and then you're also going to spin it in reverse. I like to do 30 seconds. I want you to do 30 seconds. The key here is do not do this. That's cheating. Don't open your hand. Keep your hand closed so that you can build flexibility into your wrists. Forward 30 seconds, and then in the reverse 30 seconds. Then you're going to go down and up. Now when you're going down and you're going up, those are strikes. So you're striking down. Think about collarbone, think about the arm, maybe he's reaching, stabbing, grabbing. That's one of the benefits of fighting with sticks for self-defense. If you go with this 28-inch stick, you've got reach advantage over a lot of blades. So you can keep him off of you before he gets close. Also, he's bringing that out, he's trying to hit you. You can go for the hand, smashing that hand. But coming down, we're adding that spin and that spin up, and that's going to increase the power in your forearms Remember we were doing this and we were doing the reverse. When you go down, it's forward. When you come up, it's back. And then I want you to go forward with it. And when you go forward, you're gonna alternate. Now, I've done this a lot, so it makes it look fast. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. There's the spin out, there's the spin back. This is all gonna help your accuracy of your strikes for self-defense. You're gonna be able to defend yourself. Hey, KJH is here from Egypt. Welcome from Egypt. That's what I was saying earlier. You can't carry a firearm everywhere. We get used to that here in the United States because of the Second Amendment. But we forget, you go overseas, and I don't know what the laws are in Egypt, but I know in a lot of European countries, I know Egypt's not in Europe, but in a lot of European countries you can't carry. A lot of Central and South American countries you can, but it's extremely restricted. Canada, they're taking the gun rights away as fast as they can. Australia, New Zealand, England, they've already taken their rights away years and years ago. Japan. Sticks is basically all you can fight with. So we're going back to the beginning. Back at the beginning, if you think about it, our hands, our elbows, our feet, our fists, our teeth, those were the original weapons. Second, our mind, obviously. Second is a rock. Third is a stick. Now, I wasn't there at the beginning of mankind, so I don't know if that went in that order, but I would imagine it was pretty basic. You pick up a rock, smash the guy. It's in the Bible. Then there's a stick. You're hitting the guy with a stick. That's pretty common sense. Then you attach a rock to the end of the stick. You got yourself a hammer. You sharpen it. You have yourself a hatchet, and then it goes from there, right? And you start making metal. So what I want you to do is do one hand and then the other hand following it. And if you don't want to do this and you don't want to warm up this way, you don't have to. These are all recommendations. I've just been doing it for a long time, and I enjoy it, and it feels good. You can also do that down and up. And it looks cool. It's good for coordination, proprioception, spatial awareness, timing, and distance. It'll make you a better human being, make you a better fighter for sure. All right, we're gonna put one stick down and show you the basic angles, and I'm gonna lower the camera. So if you get nauseous, close your eyes, here it goes. All right, I want you to be able to see that from the beginning, don't worry about your feet. The general rule for the beginning is gonna be put the foot forward that's got this the same side arm with a stick in it, right? And from here, get the other hand up. Always get this hand up. I like to say put your helmet on. That way you can absorb a strike and attack. And it's on the outside. The inside's got all the veins, the arteries, the tendons, the ligaments, and all that thick muscle. The outside has a little bit of that, but then mostly bone. So if you are defending, whether it's a punch, this is a shock absorber. You take a punch and then defend yourself using the other stick. So from here, keep this hand up, coming off the shoulder, first angle, first strike, coming off the other shoulder, the second angle. Now it's very important that you keep these tight and they come off your shoulder and not out here from outer space. You're not gonna swing this way. If you do, he's gonna close the distance. Your arm will wrap around him. You won't even touch him with your stick. You come off that shoulder, he's gonna run right into your stick, and you're gonna follow through with the strike and then through on the other side. So you're gonna go 1, 2. First two angles are coming off the shoulder and going down through the body. Follow all the way through. Now you can also strike and strike. You can bring it here and back. And you can bring it here and back. And we're gonna do that in a minute. That's a different technique. It's the same strike, just a different technique, different purpose, and we'll go over that later. But I want you to warm up with full strikes. And then I want you to put it in the other hand, switch your feet, and same thing, get this hand up, coming off that shoulder, fighting from behind your stick, keeping it tight, 30 seconds. Then you're gonna go back to the first side. And then you're gonna do the next two angles, which are gonna come from your same hip to your opposite shoulder, and then from the opposite hip to the same shoulder. So you're gonna come up and up. And think about that. He's reaching for you. He's gonna choke you, stab you, grab you, poke your eye, slap your face, and you smack his hand right out of the air, right? You're gonna break that wrist, knock that knife out. Or maybe he's reaching in to punch or touch. Or maybe you're just defending yourself. He's running in, you're gonna come into his ribs or come into the side of the head and the side of the neck for self-defense, or into that thigh. So you're coming up and you're coming up. And notice, I'm starting to get out of breath and you can't see it, but I'm sweating. I want you to do this in a way that you get your heart rate up and that you get full power in your strikes. Now at the beginning, nice and easy, but then after a few seconds, you start to feel warmed up, start to increase the speed and the power, because we're talking about self-defense, practical self-defense. We're not just talking about, some of you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes in class, you know, if you're in a traditional Filipino martial arts class, you'll start to see them do Sinawali. And they start to do all these patterns, and then they go down to the ground, one guy goes up, and then sometimes they might do it with machetes, and then and everybody's like, whoa, that's really cool, that's impressive. And it's good for you, it's good to do that. It's good for your brain, it's good for a lot of things, it's good for timing distance, it'll make you better. It's like a boxer skipping rope. And I want you to be able to hit him with so much speed and power that you stop him from taking away your freedom, your dignity, your life, from touching your wife, your child, your grandchild, for self-defense, or your husband, you know the drill. So that requires that once you get the basic motions down and you're getting comfortable, you speed up and you push yourself, and you do the same thing on both sides. So now we're up to 4 strikes, 4 angles. Number 5 and number 6 are going to be horizontal. And all of these strikes are done at different levels. Think about coming down to the body, with the knees, the arms, into the temple, into the neck, into the hand. So you have down, down, up, up, over, and back. When you come over, your palm is facing the sky. That way if you run into something, it pushes into your the web of your thumb, web of your hand. You're coming back, pushes into the web of your thumb, and doesn't come out of your hand. If you do it the wrong way, you come across, your fingers will just fall right off and he's got your stick. So make sure your palm's up when you go across the body and back on the way down. So we have down, up, through, back, and then the last one here is going to be coming down in top of his head. I'm going to have you switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down, switch, 2, 3, and again, starting to, once you get it, and you get your body moving, get your speed up. Make sure this one comes through the center line. You might not come through the center line. You might crack him over here. You might hit this guy over here. It might be a vertical strike here. You probably wouldn't change hands. You might just turn and hit the guy over there. Or you'll be fighting with 2 sticks. Or not, you might have your police baton, your self-defense baton. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is gonna be a thrust coming up. Now, a lot of these are based on this, right? Fighting with something like this. So you'd say, well, you know, that's not gonna do anything, but it will. You can stick that in his nose, his teeth, his throat. That could be a fatal strike for self-defense only. Into solar plexus, knock his wind out, into that thin sheet of muscle that covers your guts and keeps them in, right into there, into the groin. So that last motion coming up. Now you'll see a lot of times these guys are smacking their hand. And if you've seen that, that's based on this, making sure that gets back out quickly. We won't go into it more than that. All right, so just so that when you see that, you're like, why is that guy constantly smacking himself? I over smacked. But why is he smacking himself? Or she smacking herself? Because maybe you get one of the great female instructors, a lot of good female instructors in Filipino martial arts, and you learn from them. That's why you see that. Wait a minute, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now these are not the only angles and strikes that you can do in Filipino martial arts. There are many more. There are more, and there are levels and different ways of doing each one and adding spins, and we're not doing all that because we're keeping it practical. Now, after you come through these basic 8 self-defense techniques, I want you to put your other hand on it here like you're gonna do a push-up and think about thrusting with 2 hands. When you do that, you're swinging from your shoulders, you're turning through your shoulders and hips, taking a small step, and you're gonna lift him off the ground with the end of this into his stomach for self-defense, or one of those other soft tissue targets in the center of his body. So we're coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take that opportunity to step with the opposite foot, thrusting, coming in, smashing through here, through his face and his teeth, boxing his ears, and then you can step back and have it in the other hand. And as a form of practice, and then you don't have to do it in that order. If you're truly defending yourself, you're gonna ask yourself, what can I remove to destroy? Which is from Tim Larkin's book, When Violence is the Answer. I'll put a link in the description if I haven't already. And that's his ability to see, be awake, breathe temporarily, permanently, breathe, stand up. Maybe you take out a leg, maybe you take away his arm, or whatever it is, right? So, but that's the basic rule. So it doesn't have to be in that order. However, if you want a good practice, you want to be able to do something, you can start to switch your feet. Can't see my feet, but you can see me coming forward, depending on the side, coming forward, stepping in, pressing the fight, and then coming back to the same side, or coming back, and now you've got it in your opposite hand, and then just repeating the pattern. So same side, opposite foot. Same side, opposite foot. Same side, opposite foot. Down, thrust. We're still on the same foot. You can take a step with that if you want more power. Stepping in with the opposite foot, thrusting, smashing, boxing the ears, and then stepping back with the other foot. And that's just a pattern you can create, you can use, not a kata, not a pumse, not a form, but just a group of strikes done in connection with each other to allow yourself to move a little bit faster and learn it a little bit better. All right, grab the other stick. Should have brought something to drink. I'm thirsty out here, sweating in the garage. It's freezing everywhere else in the United States. It's hot down here for now. The next couple of days, I think the temperature drops. All right, if you have 2 Kali sticks or Eskrima Arnis sticks, you can learn how to do this Sinawali pattern. And like I said, it's like a boxer skipping a rope. And you'll see there are a lot of cool partner drills you can do if you can find a partner to train with. And it's good for timing, distance, proprioception. That's the mind-body connection. I don't know, you can add some in there. It's disguised as repetition. That's in traditional martial arts, with the kata and the pumse and the form and the patterns. Those all just disguise repetition and some other things, but we're not gonna get too down that esoteric rabbit hole. All right, yeah. Well, you don't always see, because I walk around all day long outside here in South Florida where the sun cooks you. And it's not until I wear a sleeve that has shorter sleeves that you can see my big old farmer's tan and the redness that I get. I stay red year round. I'm always red. I think it's just my pigmentation. It's a little Irish, a little bit of the Italian, a little bit of the German. I'm a mutt. I don't even know what's in there. It's probably not even what I think it is, right? I'm not doing one of those DNA tests because I don't want them to have my data. No, I'm just too cheap. All right, anyway, and I don't want them to have my data. So from here, this is called a chamber. This is your right side. You bring your right stick to your right shoulder, your left stick to your right ribs, and you're gonna strike that number 1 angle, but instead of following through, you come out to where you smack him in his head for self-defense, and you bring it to the other shoulder. So this is the starting position. That's the first move when we start to do Sinawali. Now, there are lots of different ways to learn Sinawali and different ways to do it. This is one way. This is the other one. It's not good, it's not bad, it's different. Adopt that philosophy when you train for self-defense or martial arts. Learn from all kinds of people. This is what Bruce Lee meant when he said, learn everything and absorb what's useful, throw the rest away. Basically what he was saying was, it's not good, it's not bad, it's different. Learn where it is, take what works for you, and don't worry about the other stuff. But don't judge it. Because then you'll miss something and you'll think, oh, that'll never work. And then one day you'll get knocked out by it. True story. All right. No, I didn't get knocked out. I watched the guy get knocked out by the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I told this kid for years, I'm like, don't do that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You'll never hit anybody with that. You'll never. And then he knocked this guy out. All right. Yeah, Storm says you can't carry a big stick around in public. You can put that in a bag or a pocket. There's your big stick. You can pick one up off the ground. You got a big stick. So you're right, you can't just carry it around, but there are solutions. So you also keep, thank you, I really appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna chamber 1, 2, and then this one comes out. So this is that first angle, and that's the second angle, remember? There's 1, there's 2. So this is the second angle. So that's angle 1, that's angle 2 with the second hand, and that's angle 2 with first hand and then your back. So it's a 3, 6, because you're gonna do both sides, but it's 3 strikes. So over, out, and back to the same shoulder, and then the same hand, and then under the opposite side, and now you're chambered. The telescoping stick is called an expandable self-defense baton. Over, usually you have to be law enforcement to carry it, but there are a lot of places you can carry it if you're not a cop. Out and back. Just don't buy it off of Temu. If you can buy it off of Temu, it'll be plastic and it'll break. It's a piece of crap. And don't buy it off of Amazon because there's this crap too. You got to get it either from a legit self-defense store or law enforcement or a security store, something like that, or website. So we have 1, 2, 3, and notice that I'm having you come all the way back to the shoulder every time, and you can do it like this, but there'll be no power in it, and there'll be no protection in it. Part of this is fighting behind your sticks and keeping him from getting in and getting too close with his sticks. And so I want you to be able to have maximum speed and power, but I also want you to be able to keep the sticks between you and him, which requires that you chamber all the way back every single time. And notice that I'm striking not just the arm, not just the wrist, not just the shoulder, right? We're doing all of that, but also the shoulders and the hips, because all the power comes from that turn of the shoulder and the hips. It's not an arm motion. This is wrong. This is right. Just like this is wrong, this is correct. So when you punch or you strike, you've got to come all the way through. I know it looks, if you haven't done it before, it's like, oh, I'll never get there. I promise you, I've done this I've taught so many people, thousands now online, tens of thousands. And from time to time, you'll send me some videos and you'll show me that you learned it. And you learned it, and we didn't even stand in the same room other than through the screen. We don't need to be in the same room. You can learn everything you want to learn. From here, over, and I know somebody's gonna say, no, that's not true. Don't tell them that. They have to find a certified Sifu Sensei, guru. No, you don't. It'd be nice if you did and if you had the money to. But if you don't let anybody tell you you can't. Once you get that motion, you can start to turn, you can start to add some feet into it, walking around, and then you can start to do it at different levels, going lower, coming back up, going higher. You might be on your back, you might be lying down, but it's super simple. From here, starting on the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand out, left hand to the left shoulder, right hand out to the left rib, left hand, right shoulder, right hand, right shoulder, left hand out to the right ribs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you want to change it a little bit, I'm going to show you just one more here. Instead of coming out and back, you're going to go down to the knee and back. That's the only difference, down to the knee and back. So this is called heaven, and this is earth, right? Something, I don't know. Heaven's up here, earth's down there. So some people call it standard, some people call it high-low 6. Some people call this high-low 6, although it's 8. Or maybe this is just one full strike. And I don't remember anymore if I ever knew it. Someone said recently, if I didn't know any better, I think you had a little bit of training. And I said, you were right, I had a little bit of training. And then a lot of repetition, a lot of practice. And you can do the same thing. And then if you want to go really deep and you want to learn all the different disarms and all the the cool things that Filipino martial arts do, go find a good Filipino martial arts school. Salat, Sayak, Eskrima, Arnis, Kali, and then, you know, there's so many within those. And there's so many great gurus and instructors out there. But you can learn it. Or you can learn the Japanese, kind of the Jeff Steakman style. You guys remember the Perfect Weapon? If you've ever seen the movie Perfect Weapon, put that in the comment section. And if you want one of these selfie sticks, this is a palm stick. This is Japanese Okinawan style. A palm stick is a fist load. You squeeze your hand around it, you break his jaw, you jab him in the eye, you thrust it, stick it in his solar plexus, or into the throat, or into the teeth, or you press it forward into his pressure points, or he's grabbing and you smash down, or you back fist, or you hit this guy here and then you break his teeth because your hand is heavy and your knuckles don't compress. And if you want a selfie stick, I put a link in the description. But I want you to stay safe. I want you to have some options. You know, I pray, we say pray for peace, prepare for war. That's what we always say in the Marine Corps and in the Army. Well, in the Army, I think I heard that there too. I really love saying that. Pray for peace, because I'm Christian. I believe in prayer. And I know prayer works. And I think only Jesus can save us. Now, church is over. Prepare for peace, or pray for peace. And then prepare for self-defense. Prepare to defend yourself. Prepare to be able to defend your life, your freedom, your dignity, your family, your grandchild. God forbid, right? How do you do that? Are there tools that you can use to take as we get older and we lose speed, power, balance, coordination, all the things? Can we get some of it back by having a force multiplier so that when we punch, we might not punch with as much force as we did when we were 19 and full of testosterone. But now you can squeeze it and smack them in the face and you got a lot of it back. So that's just an option. Again, the link is in the description if you want to see what those are all about. Hey Cam, thanks for being here. Thank you everybody else for being here. Thanks for all the comments. Please put it in the comment section because that's what makes this channel grow. When you comment in the comment section, not just the chat, but in the comment section, and you talk to each other and you leave each other ideas and you ask questions and we sometimes challenge each other. Someone said to me the other day, oh, that'd be a perfect tool to go after the law enforcement. I'm like, that'd be stupid, you'd be dead. You know, you're not gonna beat somebody with a gun with one of these things. So don't be stupid, don't try stuff like that. For self-defense, this is for self-defense, defend yourself appropriately. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. If someone breaks into your house, someone jumps you at night, you've got to go out, you've got to go to the grocery store, you have to go to work, you've got to go to school, and you need a little bit of extra self-defense. You want to feel a little bit more confident because you're terrified. Pray and then move your feet. Pray and practice. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mark. It's great to see you. I'll see you guys on the next one.